all O1 models are different because it thinks before it responds, which is kind of different to any of the other models. When ChatGPT first came out, I think everyone thought that the more you spoke inside the chat window, the more it understood you and it would be learning from you and get smarter with more interaction. And that's not the case. Hey everyone, welcome. I want to talk about some really cool things that have been up in the AI world. And OpenAI's 12 days of announcements just got hot, because if you missed my first live video, you should go check it out. It's definitely on LinkedIn and definitely on Facebook.
Hey, it's Ronsley. Welcome, you AI geek, to Amplify AI.
So the 12 days of OpenAI, if you missed the first one, right, I spoke about how they launched with the O1 models and O1 and O1 Pro. And initially they had O1 Preview, and that was already one of the smartest models out there. And it differs, the O1 models in particular differ from every other model that's out there, whether it is Google Gemini's models or Claude's models or Facebook Meta's models or Mixtral's models. It doesn't matter which other models, the O1 models in particular differ drastically to whether it's the O1 Preview, the O1 or the O1 Mini, or even the O1 Pro. So all O1 models are different because it thinks before it responds, which is kind of different to any of the other models. It just responds based on its context and what it knows right now. Let's start. So this is Sora. If you want to know how to go, Sora.com. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to an incognito window. So what will happen first is you come here, and unfortunately account creation is not currently available. So if you're new and you haven't gotten this yet, just hold on. It will be available soon. So hold on. If you're lucky like me, you can get in. And I want to show you some of the things that are already in here. Some of the videos are ridiculously insane. But before that, I think down the bottom, if you do get access to Sora, there are some things that I want to show you here that I think are very useful. For example, there are different settings here. Obviously, you can create different aspect ratios of the videos that you want to create, whether it's a portrait or a square or a landscape, which is great. You can also choose your resolutions of what you want. And that's why, getting the Pro account, GPT Pro, and I know there's a lot of tension around whether $200 is worth it. I personally think that $200 is like a no-brainer. If you know how to use it, I suppose, is probably the caveat to this whole situation. So part of that is you get Sora. So let me just see if I can show you what that looks like. Actually, Sora and ChatGPT is from OpenAI, so it's the same company. So if you get a ChatGPT Plus account or a ChatGPT Pro account, you still get access to Sora. And what I dare say, primarily because I thought that they would open with the O1 models, which is one of the big highlights and the big things. And I thought they would end with Sora. Like I thought that Sora would be like the big ending. So I'd say there's more coming, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to just blow us out of the water in terms of what is possible. So by the way, this is day 3 of OpenAI's 12 days of announcements. If you go to openai.com, you'll see this first thing up the top, which is the 12 days of OpenAI. They are talking about the different announcements. Today we're talking about day 3, which is Sora. I will talk about day 2 briefly, but before that, I just want to finish Sora. So here are the 2 different models that you have. You have the ChatGPT Plus, but inside ChatGPT, which is right now, this is my current plan, and I am going to go up to the Pro because I think it's a no-brainer. But before that, in ChatGPT Plus, you get up to 50 videos a month, up to 1,000 credits, up to 720 resolution and 5-second duration. And also you get a whole bunch of other things with ChatGPT Plus, which I'll get to, and I'll click on that in a second. But also in Sora, you get up to, with the ChatGPT Pro account, with the $200, you get the highest resolution, which is 1080p, which is so huge, and 20 seconds duration, and 5 concurrent generations, which is huge. Also up to 500 videos, 10,000 credits, and you can download without the watermark, which is huge because right now you can download and it shows the watermark. So if you just kind of think about that, right, just think about 1080p resolution videos at 20-second duration, about 500 videos a month. You're telling me that's not worth $200 at the very minimum? But if you go and look at the pricing, you'll see what else you get with, the ChatGPT Plus and Pro accounts. I think it's a no-brainer just in terms of what you get and how to use it. But, neither here nor there. Now let's just get into the actual Sora. So here are some of the things that I've created, which are not really great to think about, but I wanted to create what walking around New York City through Broadway and Times Square in the 80s would look like. And this is what it made. It's pretty awesome. Hey, the 2 versions. So you can say whether you want more versions, or if you want to download, or if you want to view the different variations of this. This is a 5-second video. So if I'm looking, just imagine now I'm looking for B-roll, right? That's really, really good B-roll for New York. Then the next step for me was, okay, in MidJourney I've created, let me show you what I'm talking about. These are all my images that I have created, and I like some of them a lot. For example, I really, really like the exploded views that I create. So I went in and created characters, by the way, and I'll show you which character. This character I've, not this one in particular, but a one version of this I've printed and put it on my t-shirt as well, which is crazy. But before that, I want to show you these exploded views. So this is an exploded view of a, asked him to do me an exploded view of a computer, showing all its mechanical components, and it tried different things. This is of a mobile phone. This is of a mobile phone as well. So I wanted to take these and put them into Sora and see what Sora would return back, and this is what it did. So it took a MidJourney prompt and I put it into here, and that's what it came up with, which again is not bad, and I'm pretty sure I can refine that. This is another one of a juxtaposition, but I think this prompt in particular was too long, and it was of an image representing Amplify AI Academy and why it works. But see how that image of the graffiti, it's pretty insane. And then finally, this one was a storyboard, and this is something really powerful. I'll show you how to do these, but it first starts off with a image, and then you can start to storyboard on that image, and I'll show you what I mean. So if you click on that, so there's 2 versions here. The first is, I'm saying, can you first create me this first version, which is a vibrant, warm tones blending with the jungle, creating this dynamic scene of a colossal stone statue. And I want you to create it in this way, and then I want you to have the stone statue lift its hand, making this peace sign. Just was trying to test different things. So that's a storyboard. It didn't really do that. Like, I was hoping it would raise the peace sign, but it didn't do that. This is the other version it created. So it got the first prompt right, didn't get the second version of the storyboard right. But I'd say this is just, the start of something. Here are some really cool ones that already exist, and you can take inspiration from these. So that's Mandarin or Cantonese or whatever. The 3 little pigs in Russian. So it's insane to see the results. If you're watching this, I just want to show you, first of all, this output. Okay, this is an AI output, but I want to show you the prompt that got it. And this is not my prompt, by the way. This is, credit goes to Bumblebee here, but this is the crazy ass prompt. It's very specific how that video is created. So this is another feature, which is a really good feature inside Sora, and I want to use some of my credits on that. Is you can take an existing video and then change certain aspects of that, and see how that remix works when the cue is done. But even this is an example, right? It's such a good B-roll. And here's what we went from, right? We went from creating video, having to film the video, to then finding a whole bunch of places that already had B-roll, and then finding a whole bunch of different applications that found the B-roll using AI from the transcript and replaced the B-roll inside videos. And now you get to a point where you can actually create any video using text prompt, which is kind of insane. Look at, I wish I could see the prompt, but it's in some sort of other dialect. But if I just copied that, we could go into ChatGPT. I don't know how this will work, or if it'll work. Performing a motorcycle stunt jump on a giant steel tube bridge. Oh wow, it fell off the bridge. But that's interesting. So just see how realistic some of this stuff is, man. There was a really cool one. These, for example, now. Oh, this is interesting. So what I did was I asked for a translation of this prompt that showed some graphics on a window because I wanted to recreate something like that. Maybe not this part necessarily, but I wanted to see what this prompt was. That's a pretty detailed prompt, which is interesting. So that has changed as well. There used to be ChatGPT up here used to have ChatGPT with Canvas, which has changed now. So you can use the 4.0 models or some of the other models with Canvas. You can search the web and you can group pictures. Search the web is still here. It's interesting how they change things. Okay, Sora. We kind of did make her outfit white, but the background and made that person's outfit white. Well, just to show you how it works when you go in and you play with it. So very, very important that when you're using Sora for anything really, you want to be able to make sure that it's being used for the right reasons and it's using for the right use case. So if you don't need video and you don't create video and you don't create content, then maybe this is not useful. But before I wind up, I want to talk about day 2, because day 2 was a really important announcement, and they spoke about the reinforcement fine-tuning research program. Now, initially when ChatGPT first came out, I think everyone thought that the more you spoke inside the chat window, the more it understood you and it would be learning from you and get smarter with more interaction. And that's not the case. However, there are new models that are coming out that will do exactly that, and it's called reinforcement fine-tuning. So if you're interested in that, it's mainly for dev people and people in development. I highly recommend if you're in that space to check this out, because not only can the model understand and be intelligent, but it can learn and get better from usage, which means it is spatially aware, and with more time and interaction, it gets smarter and smarter, especially on your use case, which is crazy. That was the day 2 announcement from OpenAI. Maybe I'll do another one tomorrow and I'll talk about day 4 because it was about Canvas, and I think that's a very relevant one as well. So I suppose that's me. If you enjoyed this, put a comment. Catch the full episodes of the podcast. You'll find that on amplifyai.com. Later.
Hey, AI Geek. Thanks for listening. Your job doesn't stop here. I want you to lend your voice to the conversation. So you can join those conversations, discussions, new trainings, new recordings, and the rest of the AI Geeks by going to aigeeks.co. Also, share this podcast with a friend, another potential AI geek. Until then, much love.